What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Equip Live. I'm Joseph Capar. I am the lead technical specialist here at Logitech for creators and the customer success team. As always, put your questions in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. Today, let's go over my setup. First, I'm using this blue blackout, the Spark. The microphone, it's an XLR. It's going into my Go XLR that goes into my computer, which you can see behind me. And for my camera, I'm going to be using a Mevo Start that is running via the wireless webcam app. However, I do have that running via Ethernet. For my lighting, I've got Lytra glows all around me. If you haven't checked them out, we'll talk about those a little bit later. The Lytra glow is the newest product from Logitech for creators, and it is absolutely amazing. Actually, you can see the box up here, and they're actually hard to find, but I'm being told that they are back in stock, and you should be able to find them pretty regularly now. I don't know. If you can't find them at your local Best Buy or your local stores, you can find them at logitech.com, and you can find those there. I think they're like $59.99, and they're wonderful. They really pack a punch. And actually, I'm going to show you what that looks like now by just turning one off. It might not look like a lot, but that's because it's behind my microphone. But it's really cool. Will did a recent video that you can find on our social channels. I believe it's on our Twitter account at Logitech C or Logitech for creators. And you can mount them on your monitor or any custom quarter 20 mount, because that's what it takes. It takes a quarter 20 stand. It's got some really cool adjustments on the back. You can change your temperature and the brightness. So it's super nice, and it's USB-C. And it's very small and compact. You can see it'll probably fit in the palm of my hand, and you could take it to travel. Now, I will say this. I recently went on a trip to Ohio, and I was doing a meeting, I believe, with an influencer about a Mevo camera. And I was in a Zoom call using a MacBook Pro onboard camera because I didn't have a Mevo with me. Shame on me, I know. But I had the Lytra Glow, and that actually kicked up the quality of my internal camera on my MacBook pretty well. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. I'm going to play the video a little bit later to show you a little bit about what that looks like. But Lytra Glow, it's great. They're back. They're in stock. Go grab one today. As always, put your questions in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. It looks like we have Gordon in Arkansas. Welcome back, Gordon. Nice to see you as always. We have Jeff. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's getting crazy here at my household today. I've got some family that came in from Ohio. They're just like painting the whole house, working on the kitchen. It's absolutely crazy. And I'm in here working, which it's totally okay because that's how we pay the bills. But thanks for tuning in. As always, as I said, put your questions in the chat. We can talk anything tech. We're here to talk tech. Mind you, we are in the Facebook group on the Mevo Facebook group on Facebook. And we are also at Logitech C on Twitch and Logitech for creators on YouTube. So that means we can talk about all types of different things. Logitech for creators brings all types of different products to the table, whether it's the cameras, the microphones, the lights, software, all types of really cool stuff. I do want to mention that I am also using these A40 headphones from Astra. And these are also a Logitech product that you can get your hands on, and they're wonderful. That's what I'm using today. I usually use Ultimate Ears. Oh, this is upside down. There we go. I usually use Ultimate Ears for my monitoring, which I have somewhere around here. But as I said, we're working on the house a little bit, so things are getting a little chaotic. I thought this was a lot easier to take off than it was to put back on, but we'll get there. There we go. Done. And it's really cool because all that stuff's super interchangeable, which is always awesome. I do want to go through and watch that video to show you all a little bit about the Lytra Glow. But I'm not quite sure which video it belongs to. So we are using Melon today. If you are not familiar with Melon, go to melonapp.com. The Melon app is from Logitech for creators. It is I'm not even sure how they would describe it because it's not a team. I think the team originated from Streamlabs, but so like now it's its own team. So it's not a Streamlabs team. It's their own team doing a lot of really cool stuff. But if you haven't checked out melonapp.com, it's super cool. It's what we've been using. It allows me and Will to do shows from across the country or around the globe. We can bring in guests. We don't have to worry about audio sync. And a really cool feature that Melon brings to the table is that everything's hosted in the cloud, which means all of our overlays. The ticker that you're seeing below me is all in the cloud. The videos that I show you shortly are all in the cloud. And I can also monitor chat from the various different platforms simultaneously. So I can see Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube all listed at the same time. And I can show them on the screen, like Gordon's comment here. Boom, done. And this is all due to melonapp.com. So go check it out. They do have, I believe, a free entry level package, which allows you to stream, I believe, to 720. And it's super cool because that allows you to get proof of concept done. It allows you to do a lot of really cool stuff with Melon. And then once you get your proof of concept done, you can go try to find some sponsors to upgrade that package. You get 1080, multiple destinations, a lot of really cool stuff. But as I was saying, a lot of this stuff is all stored in the cloud, which is so perfect because I was saying I went to Ohio recently, right? So that means I can go over to Ohio and I can just bring my laptop. I don't have to worry about making sure all of my content is transferred to that computer because I have my desktop here. I can make sure I don't have to worry about any of that because as soon as I log into melonapp.com on my account, all of my overlays are there. Everything's there. The music's there. Everything that I need, chat, schedule, my last comments that I had, my description for the video, my destinations, everything is stored in the cloud. So I don't have to make sure I transfer everything manually because I don't know about you, but the last thing we want to worry about when we're creating content is making sure we have the stuff for the content, right? So we just want to talk and we want to interact with everybody. So that is a huge lifesaver using melonapp.com. And I'm not quite sure which one of these videos is the Lytra Glow, but I can play all three of them because they're all three excellent videos anyways. So if you do have any questions about these products or any tech currently going on, I did recently move to Apple. We talked about that a lot last episode on Tuesday. So if you want to talk about any of this stuff, let me know and we can do that. Don't be shy. It doesn't necessarily need to be Mevo. It doesn't necessarily need to be Logitech for creators. We could talk tech in general, content creation, everything. I just want to hang out with you all today. Looks like we have Peggy from Canada. First time viewer. Welcome, Peggy. Welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. 8-bit. I love that because there's actually a place, and I don't know if this is like a national chain, but there's a place called 16-bit, which allows you to you have beverages for free and you get to play arcade games for free as long as you have a beverage in hand. And it was called I think it was 16-bit or 8-bit. It was super cool. All the old arcade games. Definitely a good throwback. But thanks for joining us, Peggy. Or Peg. Sorry, Peg City. I apologize. I thought I said Peggy. Peg City is so nice. It's so nice of you to join us. If you have any questions, let us know. But welcome to the show. So we're going to go back over and let's see if we can watch one of these videos. I believe this one might be the Lytra or it's the Make the Scene one. I think they're all similar. It's really tough to find out, but if it's wrong, it's okay. It's still a useful video and we can come back and check out the other ones as well. We have an hour. So if you all don't ask questions, we're going to watch videos and we're going to talk about the products that the videos cover. So let's get into it. Oh boy, I was looking for my stream cam. I don't know if you guys came back and seen me all types of chaotic. I was looking for it because I wasn't expecting that video. But the stream cam, excellent product, excellent for all types of different use cases. We talk pretty regularly about a different tool for different content creation. So obviously I'm using the Mevo Start and I am at a desk, but most standard users who are going to be static at a desk are going to be using the stream cam, right? You're streaming, a stream cam makes sense. It's 1080p, 60 FPS. The Mevo Start being 1080p, 30 FPS. Of course, the field of view is a little bit different and the capability. So the Mevo Start has an onboard battery life. So you got up to 6 hours of battery where the stream cam must be plugged in via USB. Now, if you're a content creator that creates at the desk and on the go, whether you're going to a baseball game, softball game, or anything crazy like that, and you're trying to create content there, maybe you're at a wedding, any kind of cool venue, you can always do really neat things. Now, when you're using a stream cam, it gets a little bit more complicated because you need a computer. Whereas with you're using your Mevo, you don't need a computer. So it's kind of one of those things, different tools for different use cases. So you're not necessarily going to use a Phillips screwdriver to use on a flathead screw. So same type of situation. You're not going to use a Mevo Start, although you can. Mevo Start can be a webcam, but you have StreamCam for basic static setups. Now, if you want to go do something on the go, your Mevo Start is where you're going to benefit most. Now, let's see if I get opportunity number 2 to see if I can get the Lighter Glow. Let's see what this gives me.
Make your voice more unique.
Whose voice is that?
Hooray!
One of these videos, I'm going to get it, but we do have the Yeti X and the Yeti Nano. I do have these all sitting over here next to me. And of course, we've got the 10-year anniversary edition for the Yeti. The Yetis are staples in content creation. If you don't know what a Yeti is, you're missing out. You have not been on the internet for the last 10 years because, oh, I don't know. I guess, yeah. Yeah, it's been around for a very long time. It literally is the best cost to performance ratio for a microphone you're going to get as a content creator. Of course, you can get crazy. I've got a Spark here. It's XLR. The Yetis are typically going to be USB. You can get even crazier, get a baby bottle, which is what that's typically what Will would be using. You can get a Bluebird from Blue, also a XLR microphone, a little higher or a little bit more higher end. However, at that entry level, that point, and a lot of people kind of hold on to it for a very long time. They use those Yetis for a very long time because they're good quality. There's really no need to further dive into audio when you have something such as a Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti is known all across the internet. You can type in Blue Yeti on Google and it will flood your results as far as, things that you can find. It's been around so long, and that's probably the number one suggestion you're going to find when it comes to microphones for content creation. Honestly, I didn't even know Will uploaded that video, so I did not expect that. All right, this one, it's got to be the Lighter Glow, right? Maybe not. But who cares? We're getting to learn all about all of the products from Logitech for creators. We did it. I found the video. So the Lighter Glow is the latest creation from Logitech for creators. It's $59.99. You can get it right now on Logitech.com. Free shipping, it says, for orders over $29. So you're going to get free shipping with the Lighter Glow if you order it directly from Logitech.com. And like I said, you do get to control everything from the back. So if you go here, let's go ahead. Oh, I hit a button. So what's really nice is you do have these physical controls, and so you can control brightness and temperature. So on here, you'll see other side, camera's reversed. So you will see a sun here, which is going to be the warmer temperatures when it comes to Kelvin. And then down here, you'll see a snowflake, which will be the cooler temperatures when it comes to Kelvin. Now the Logitech Lighter Glow has a 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin range. So it's got, I think it's like 5 steps between these to get between those temperatures. So let's go ahead and do that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be 4. I don't know. So you can see them here. We'll go backwards. So this is going to mess with my collar a little bit because the Mevo is going to see it and it's going to adjust for lighting. But let's go down the cooler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. There we go. Now you can see how thin it is. It's super, super small. Now you also have brightness, of course. You got the plus and the minus on this side. So right now, this is the brightest. And we'll go down. I think it is just 4. Huh, wild. Learn something new every day. Now, what's super cool is that you can create profiles directly in G-Hub to access everything that you I just did on the hardware side of things. You can do it in G-Hub and do it via software on your computer. Now, what's even more awesome is that you can do it in things like Logitune as well. So you don't necessarily need to use G-Hub. You can use Logitune, which is another software from Logitech. Now, you can also have multiple of these. You can run it via USB, and you can have multiple of them just like you can webcams, right? So you can plug multiple of them in, and you can control multiple of them via G-Hub and change brightness, color, add profiles, and all types of really cool stuff. Now, the output is 250 lumen. That's the max optimum output for desktop streaming from our engineers who have figured that out. It's got a precision sculpted optical lens, and it has a proprietary frameless diffuser, which is this front white portion here. Let me see if I can turn this off. It's this white portion here. So if you've ever had a light, whether it's studio style lighting or any kind of photography, videography style lighting, you're going to see people who have these. It looks like a cloth. It's usually got like bungee around it to hold it over the light to diffuse it. Because if you have a light without any type of diffuser, it's too harsh and it blows out your subject, whatever you're trying to shoot, whether it's a person, an item, or whatever it might be. And so this diffuser is going to make that a little bit more bearable for various different things that you're trying to shoot. It also has, which is super, super cool. Well, let me just set this back down. I've got my coffee cup over here that was not prepared for this, but it also has Logitech's TrueSoft technology. So this is designed to basically solve the challenges of today's content creators. It includes quality of light, harsh shadows, and eye fatigue from long hours of streaming. So basically, when you have lights blasting in your face all day, you get fatigued. Your eyes get strained, and you don't have to worry about that. I literally have these on 24/7, usually, sometimes. If I'm not at the desk, I try to remember to turn them off, but I'm so used to them being there and them being on, I walk away. So you don't really have to worry about that. If you're trying to be a content creator and having these on 24/7, you don't have to worry about being tired, feeling tired. You don't have to worry about it just exhausting you or even just being too harsh for you to look at. Chow Down Food's back. Welcome back. I always love your emojis. And I love that melanapp.com shows those in your chat. That's wonderful. Peg says, third time's a charm. Thankfully. Yes, it is. Thankfully. Gordon says, yay. Yes, we did do it, Gordon. We finally did it. But yeah, the Lytra Glow is the latest release from Logitech for Creators, but it will not be the last. Logitech for Creators is coming in hot with a lot of really cool stuff in the near future. So if you have not just yet, like, follow, subscribe, whether it's us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and get all of the latest content from Logitech C or Logitech for Creators. That's where you're going to see all of our announcements. We will try to do as many announcements on the show as possible, whether we're demoing something or announcing something. And of course, you can always ask questions for the latest products from Logitech for Creators here, because the same people also handle user testing. And you might be wondering, what is user testing? What does that even mean? Well, let's talk about that for a second once I get this button up here. Pow! So you can become a user tester and test unreleased products, packaging, software, and firmware releases. You can follow the link below, and that's extensive. So if you do have your phone readily available, you can pull your phone out, pull up your camera app, and put it over this QR code you see over on the right with all the squiggly lines. And your camera will suggest that you press a button and it will open that link for you. You can also find the link in the description on youtube.com/Logitech for creators. And you can sign up to be a user tester. And as it says, you can test unreleased products, packaging, software, and firmware. So anything that we're currently working on that we have not publicly announced, which is just about everything, we typically don't announce things until they are ready to be shipped. So if you want to be a part of that, give your direct feedback. We build our products, our software, everything, all of our features, everything is built for you. And that is why we have this in place. We want direct feedback from the users who are using it. And if that's something you would like to do, please sign up. Now, I have gotten a lot of feedback in regards to this, right? So a lot of people have said, I didn't sign up because it looks like you're looking for more advanced users, or I didn't sign up because I didn't know any of the software you're mentioning. We need users from all different levels. Whether you just bought a computer and you're trying to be a content creator, we want you to be a tester. If you have been running a production company for a decade, we want you to be a user tester. If you have been streaming for a while, but you can't get over that 1,000 subscriber hump, we want you to be a user tester. There is no entry level too small or too early, or no experience too much that we don't want you to be involved. If you are a user of our products, we want your feedback directly because we're building it for you. And if you think that you just don't know enough, it's just not like we need to build our products that way. When you open the product, you're comfortable using it. We've given you the guidance, we've given you the documentation, everything makes sense. That's why we need you there. And if you're an advanced user, if you are expecting something because another company's offering it, we need that feedback. So please, if you have an hour of your time, and that's typically what it takes. Our user tests are about 1 hour long. It's a Zoom call with myself or Will, and we do go through the user test. So it's a 1 hour Zoom call going through a new product that we might ship you, new software we may give you access to, or it could just be pictures of documentation where you could do some surveys on. So if you have an hour for a user test, go sign up. You can do that. If you're interested and you did not get that QR code, stick around. I'm going to show it one more time before the end of the show. But we do need you to be a user tester. We want that feedback. We absolutely need it. And yeah. Now, if you're like Peg and you're a first-time user, here would be our show schedule. We do go live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find us at youtube.com/Logitech for Creators, twitch.tv/Logitech C, or facebook.com/Mevo Camera. Now, you can also find us on the Mevo Camera customer group on Facebook as well. We do share it there. And that's just a place. If you don't have a Mevo Camera, maybe we could talk about that a little bit. If you do, which a lot of you do, we can, I can answer questions there as well. Now, a lot of people don't really know what Logitech for Creators is, right? You know what Logitech Gaming is. You know what, Logitech for Business is, and all those different, PTZ cameras for conference calls. Well, Logitech for Creators includes a lot of different things. So you see Mevo Camera there. We've got Blue. We've got Streamlabs, which is a software that you can find on desktop and on mobile, which I tried for the first time this last weekend, which was pretty fun. And then we've got Lytra. So Lytra is a lighting company who has been breaking. They've just been really setting the standard for a very long time, and really bringing this whole lighting concept to consumers. But it's just, I personally, until Mevo was acquired, I wasn't familiar with Lytra, but they completely have shown me how important lighting is. So if you haven't checked out any of their products, go check them out. And then who doesn't know Blue? They've got the Yeti that has been around and just breaking records. And then we have StreamCam, which is the desktop camera that is, it's a webcam. It's for streamers. And it looks clean. Tell me that doesn't look clean. It looks clean. It looks wonderful. And then, of course, you've got Mevo. And we've got 3 cameras there because we have multicam. Now, multicam is no longer limited to 3 cameras. We actually unlocked it, and you can have as many cameras as your network and your hardware can handle. Alrighty, so let's see here. We got Jeff. Joe, how would you compare the light to the Key Light Air? I know you used to use the Airs at one time. I did. So I actually have one here somewhere in my house. It's smaller, but the output's perfect. One person there was a video recently. Let me see if we can find who did that video, and I will share it in the chat because I think that is what you should be watching because I think he nailed it when he did it. Let me see if I can find his link. I am not very good at remembering influencers names, so forgive me for that, but he's a big time influencer, and he compared the two and spoke about why it was important and why he used it. Was it this video? It might have been. All right, I'm gonna throw the video or the link to the video in the chat, and it's gonna talk about it, but it is wonderful. And he actually does he does mention and compare the two a little bit. Let me go ahead and toss it in there. Oh, I almost pressed the wrong button and broke the link. Did I break the link? No, I didn't, I don't think. Hope not. All right, so that is a good video to watch if you haven't watched it yet. However, I will mention what I think because that is what you asked after all. Now, I will say the Logitech, the Litra Glow is small, right? It's a lot smaller and it's significantly cheaper, right? I believe that the Key Light Air, let me look it up, Key Light Air, what is that currently going for? $130, right? So it's $130. It's rather large, but I do believe it gets brighter than the Litra Glow. So you're paying for more, but you're using more. Now, here's the question you kind of need to ask yourself, and this is something that I commonly ask users who are asking for 4K or 8K video streaming. Just because the light gets brighter, do you use it? Are you paying for a technology you're not even using? Are you paying for that hardware that you're not even pushing to the max? Now, Litra Glow is going to bring various different brightnesses to your table. So you can get two Litra Glows, so $59.99. So you're getting about 2 Litra Glows for the cost of a single Key Light Air. The output's going to be similar, but for a single one, if you take one Litra Glow and one Key Light Air and put them next to each other, the Key Light Air is going to be brighter. But you really don't want it to be that bright and blow out your subject. Whereas if you had multiple Key Light Airs, you would have a very good distributed light and at a decent price. Now, I did like the Key Light Air, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to having the hardware, you're spending money on hardware you're not maxing out, and in my opinion, it feels like a waste of money when you do that. It does look nice. The Litra Glow looks nice. The Litra Glow is a lot more compact. The Key Light Air is a little larger than the Litra Glow. So when it comes to doing travel or anything like that, you're going to want to grab a Litra Glow. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff. A lot of things to consider when it comes between the two. But my biggest thing is, why spend more money if you're not going to use all of the power that hardware offers? And the size and the flexibility for travel is also another really big thing. Now, one thing I will say too, if you're a Mevo user, and I believe you are, Jeff, the Mevo can power a Litra Glow. So I do have this over here. Oops, made a mess. So I 3D printed this handle, but it does hold a Mevo Start and a Litra Glow, and it is powered by the Mevo Start. So you could hypothetically power, not hypothetically, you can absolutely do it. I confirmed it. The Litra Glow can be powered by the Mevo Start's USB powering options. So if that's something that interests you, I'm almost positive you can't do that with the Key Light. I'm almost positive you need actual AC power for the Key Light. I don't believe that is powered at all by USB, but don't quote me there. But that's a huge win for our mobile creators. Is this Jared? Jared's here. What's up? Yeah, well, but you know, Jared. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Chow said, yo, that looks rad. Yeah, yeah. Wait. When was this? Oh, was that when I was holding the thing? Yeah, I printed that out. I've got a 3D print farm, and I know Jared's been asking me to do a tour. Maybe I'll do it next week if Will let me. This week I've got family here, so they're working on the house. I can't really take a camera around. I might actually be able to use this to do a tour of the 3D printing farm that I've got. Now, if you have access to a 3D printer, ask me. I will gladly share the printing files for that. It was found on Thingiverse. However, this one was modified to fit my printers. So if you're interested, let me know and I can shoot those files over and you can get this printed yourself. Jerry says, I'm late per usual. I had to sub teach a class because the professor decided not to come in today. Hey, at least we have the brightest minds teaching our young, upcoming content creators. And just, it's always nice to have people that you can trust to do that. John says, I have the Airs set up on my desktop and they work great. I'm looking for something for when I'm traveling. And I think the Glow might be the best solution. I absolutely think it is, because if you're like me, and I think I often overlook this because I don't pay for Logitech products because I get them for free. And now I won't say that skews my opinion, because I still very much so have a Logitech, or not Logitech. I have a Go XLR here. I have a Stream Deck. I have competitor products. I've got a Corsair keyboard on my other computer. I've got a Logitech stuff here. Now, the keyboard and mouse I did pay for. So I do pay for some stuff, but a lot of stuff for Logitech creators I get for free. So I don't want you to think that skews my opinion, though, because I'm an extremely honest person. But I think I often overlook the fact that because I get free products, I don't necessarily have to disconnect and take things with me. So when it comes to like the Lytra glows, right? So I've got a few of those. I've got one here, and then one here. But I also have a couple that aren't hooked up. For most users, you're not going to have that. So you probably have the Keylight Airs in front of here, right? Well, if you want to take those with you, you can't just grab spare Keylight Airs, where I can grab spare Lytra glows. Well, if the Keylight Air takes AC power, which plugs into a wall versus a USB port, it's going to be a little bit harder to unplug everything, take the cables, unhook everything, reroute them. And when you come back from traveling, reroute them again. So if you're looking for a traveling light that you don't need to hook up, disconnect, and even if you did, it's easier to disconnect because it just goes to a USB hub. That's a super, super big solid choice. Chow says, oh my God, please. Chow said some libraries have 3D printers. Yeah, I'm happy to share those. Absolutely. Jeff says, do you sell the 3D printed Mevo and Lytra Glow holder? I do sell those. I do have them on Etsy, but I do not typically bring up my side businesses and hustles at work. I do have them available. I'm happy to talk to them offline if that's something you're interested in. I haven't printed in a long while. However, if you do have a printer available, I will gladly just provide the files for free. I didn't design those. I did modify the design, but the original design is free, and I have every intention on sharing that if anyone wants to make them. All right, so Darren says, I need help. Mevo mic needs to be able to be reduced to 0 input. The lowest setting in the Mevo app is not 0, and it's too loud for me. We're talking about audio here. So what's your audio source, Darren? If you could share that, I'd be happy to help. So, well, I can help anyways. If you can't lower, 0 would be mute, right? There's not like a 1. It's just if you want 0, 0 is mute. 0 means nothing. So we're not going to send any audio if you set it to 0. So if your goal is to control the audio before it gets to the Mevo to avoid it from, blowing out the audio or peaking or anything like that, you should probably control it before it gets to the Mevo. Now, how do you do that? So if your source is XLR, your source is 3.5, your source is USB, you just need to use an interface, an audio interface before you send it to your Mevo. If you're sending it to the Mevo mic app or the Mevo app on the mobile device itself, you can still control it with an interface before it gets to your destination. That would be the best way to do that, because 0 in the Mevo app is going to be mute. That's exactly what it means. If you're sending 0% of something, you're sending nothing. Jared says, a lot of universities have 3D printers for public use. I know the university I work has 8 MakerBots, 3,000 each. Wow, and a huge MakerBot, 10K. Actually, it's really cool. So when I first took the position at Mevo, Of course, I work now for Logitech, not necessarily Mevo, although I'm very heavily involved in Mevo stuff still. Uh, they had a huge one that stood taller than me, I believe, and it was super cool. I was mind blown. I didn't have a 3D printer until November or December of last year, and now I have 7. I have 7, and they're all identical except one. There's one that's different, and I use them to 3D print accessories for gardening. I use them. I printed all of my stands. Oh, nope, other way. For all my headsets over here, here. I don't. I've 3D printed a lot of stuff. That white shade over here, I printed. I also printed. This is what I showed you already. I've 3D printed a baseball mount. Although I will not sell these because this is a Mevo / Logitech sells the fence clip. So I will not sell this. However, you can print something like this. I did design this all by myself. I'm pretty proud of it. Holds a little battery pack in here. It's pretty nifty. 3D printers are awesome. You can do a lot of really, really cool stuff. Gordon, say hello to Jared. Hello, 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 Gordon. Gordon's been here since the moment we started, so it's always wonderful to see Gordon around. Jared's a regular. He's probably on all different platforms, but he prefers Twitch. Everyone prefers Twitch, I think. Maybe. All right, Darren, if you're still here, though, definitely let us know what you are using. Maybe I can provide some tips and tricks, or maybe if I can't, maybe another user could provide some tips and tricks. Shao said, that's so cool. I know how to use SolidWorks, but I never put it into clever use like that. Yeah, what's crazy is I never even bothered to learn Fusion 360. I never bothered to learn any 3D modeling program. I use Tinkercad, which is like the most basic of entry free software you can use, but it made sense. It clicked in my head and I didn't have to get too crazy with it, which is awesome. But yeah, lots of really cool stuff you can print. Actually, another really cool thing that I printed for a product. So I've also printed these. So I've got IKEA shelves. So I printed these hooks that I can use headphones on. So I can put my my Blued headphones on there. I also printed a replacement base for the Mevo Start if it ever breaks. So this one's not been cleaned up, but if it ever breaks, then you've got a threaded base here. I've done a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with 3D printing. You really, the only limit is your own time, effort, and creativity. So Darren says he's using a Mevo Start, the Mevo Mic app on the P10 Plus Android phone. So you're using the onboard microphone on that phone and not like an actual external thing? Jared asking what slicing tool I'm using. So I'm using Cura. I use Cura, is it 15 or something? I'm not even sure, to be honest. 5, Cura 5. Yep. I've played with a few different ones. I had a 3D printer that had a bed on it that rotated like so it'd be like a factory nonstop, but I returned it because it didn't make much sense to keep. Gordon says it's going to be the hottest day here. How hot is it where you guys are? Super hot over here. Super hot. I don't think it is right now. I'm not even sure. I haven't been outside. Let's find out. Let's look it up. 72 degrees. No, that's perfect. I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. Hottest day this week, 92 degrees. That'll be on Sunday. And surprise, I won't be outside again Sunday either. So don't have to worry about that. All right, Darren says, my Mevo has 3.5 input from the soundboard. The Mevo app on the other phone was supposed to be used to introduce some crowd noise and ambiance, but it's too loud. Yeah, that's interesting that you can't turn that down in the Mevo app itself, and it's still too loud. I'd be very interested to see what that looks like, because I don't believe it shouldn't be that loud. If you turn it almost all the way down, I mean, unless you're holding the mic up to your mouth and yelling into it, it shouldn't be that bad. Awesome. Jared says it was 101 yesterday. He says he's throwing a birthday party for his 1-year-old on Saturday. It's supposed to be 99 degrees. Yeah, keep them cool. Get some sprinklers and stuff running. Bouncy houses, sprinklers, slip and slides. I don't think a 1-year-old's probably going to do that, but if there's any other kids there, I want to keep everyone cool. Now, if a 1-year-old is going to do that, I'd be very interested to watch. This is going to set up a jungles or a swing set jungle gym thing. Yeah, stay cool, Jared. We'd hate to see you get sick or anything. It gets hot out here. It gets hot out there. Gordon and who was asking? Was it Chow? Jeff was asking. So Jeff, let me know what you think about that video that was done. Right, I would love to on the one I shared on YouTube. If you like it, let me know because I'd be very interested to see what you thought. And if you do get a Elytra Glow, let me know what your thoughts are comparing it to the Key Light Air. Jeff says it's only 90s here in the SoCal, so not so bad. Yeah, the weather's been really crazy lately, to be honest. Super crazy. Yeah, I avoid the sun, the beach, all of those things. Not a fan of. But all right. So, while chat is slowing down, think of some things to ask me. Let's keep the conversation going. But for now, I'm going to start this video, and let's see what you guys think. The Mevo Start. Super cool video. If you all, how many of you were here before the Logitech acquisition, and how many of you have both the Mevo version of the Mevo Start and the Logitech version of the Mevo Start? And how many of you only have the Logitech version? I'm kind of curious because the version did change, as you can see in that video. The front of the Mevo Start only has Logi in front of it now, where the older versions had Mevo on the side but nothing on the front. Cameras are the same. Don't worry about that. Cameras are the same. Just some branding. And I finally got my hands on the Logitech version because I had to do some diagnostics to make sure we had no issues. And I finally got my hands on some. Jeff's gonna order some Lytras. Good. Wonderful. Yeah, let me know what you think, Jeff. Definitely. I'm honestly, I haven't paid too much attention to the live show lately. It's kind of been Will's baby. I've kind of let him take the reins and kind of just run with it, and he's been doing amazing. So I don't know how regular you come back, Jeff. I know I've seen you around, but if you come back often, definitely make sure you let me know next time you see me. I'd love to know what you think. Jared says he has both the Lytra Glow, or not the Lytra Glow, but he has both the Logi version and the Mevo version of the Mevo Start. Super cool. Super cool. Yeah, I love them. The Mevo is so flexible. And I had a really good example I shared last week, or not last week, Tuesday, 2 days ago. Excuse me, I need coffee. But I shared an example. So I moved a spare computer into my living room because I have a projector there. Instead of hooking up a Fire Stick or something to the projector, I just hooked up the computer. That way I can play computer games or something. So last second, I hook up this spare computer in my living room for my projector to play games. I jump on Discord, and we always have our cams on to make sure we're all there before we start a game. I was like, oh no, they can't see me. Lo and behold, being, you know, the Mevo guru or expert or whatever, I've got Mevos everywhere. I've got 3 in my kitchen. I don't stream kitchen cooking. I've got 2 in my basement, 1 in my bedroom, 2 in my living room, multiple in this room. So I've got them everywhere to test them, strain them, do as much as I can. So I'm moving into the living room, and I needed a camera. Lo and behold, there was a Mevo Plus there on a boost already for testing purposes. I literally installed wireless webcam on the spare computer, pulled it up, boom, on my way. I'm using the Logitech. What's the headset? Oh no, what's the headset? What's the headset called? Is it? Let me look it up. Logitech. It is called, the 733. I always get it confused because I've got multiple Logitech headsets. So the Logitech G733, which is a wireless headset. So I got wireless headset, I got a wireless webcam, and I could just continue my night without worrying about running extra cables, which was super, super cool. Jeff says he has both versions of the Mevo. I pre-ordered the start when it first came out. We now have completed 100 podcasts, probably 85 of them with Mevo. That's amazing. That's a super cool. That's super cool. That's amazing. Jared says, curious if Mevo will ever come out with hand gestures for instructors that don't want to look at their phone to change the view. That's a super cool idea. I don't know. I know that I would love to see more AI for autopilot versus just timer based. So it can see faces. That's correct. So it could technically pick up gestures. Jared, you know as well as me how a lot of these packages work and stuff like that. So it's very possible that it's like faces only. I think that's it. But it can see. So the hardware is probably capable, whether or not the software packages. I don't know. I'm not involved in Mevo software at all. So outside of like testing suggestions, and I get all of those suggestions from you all. So if there's something that you all are telling me or wanting to see, I, of course, am your voice to our development team. So, but as far as actually creating it, and the limitations, I am unaware of all of that, sadly. All right. Awesome. Do we have any other videos? I'm loving videos right now, if you haven't gotten that. Is this just the Logitech for creators in general one? If so, check it out. Lots of cool Logitech products, if it's the correct video. Logitech for creator products, not just Logitech products, but this is specific to Logitech for creators. And a lot of really cool stuff. I'm telling you, our marketing team is constantly releasing really cool content about what we do and who we work with. And I could watch these videos every day. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You guys might think it's boring. I love it. If you do think it's boring, let me know, and I'll stop playing them. But here it is.
Yo, what's going on everyone? It's your boy King J, and today we are doing another stream. Hope you lot enjoy.
We are creators
from every corner of the globe,
armed with powerful tools
and connected by a burning passion to create.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
As we raise our voices,
make incredible scenes,
and take control of our future.
To make things better.
better work,
Better play.
Better life.
Better balance.
Together, we'll grow.
by sharing what we know.
and cheering for each other's successes.
Because when one of us rises,
We all rise.
We all rise.
We all rise.
in this new world,
We'll be free to turn our dreams into realities.
And there's space here for everyone. Y hay espacio aquí para todos.
Il y a de la place ici pour tout le monde.
Logitech for creators. Together,
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 we create.
I don't care who you are. That video is sick. Like that. I'm telling you, seeing all of the different creators, all of the different nationalities represented, all of the different hardware, software that was all represented in that video. It's off. The marketing team nailed it and created some really cool content. So hopefully you guys all like that. I know I do, and I always like to see what is being shown in all of our videos because I think it's super cool. To see all of our products being used by various different creators. And if you guys recognized any of those content creators and influencers, let me know who you recognized, because honestly, I'm absolutely garbage at remembering who these people are. I think I seen Jaquel Knight. I know him. And who is the other one? Oh, come on. Who is the person's name? I'm so bad. I'm the same way when it comes to like actors and actresses and such. Wait, is this a video of me? Look at that. Logitech for Creators released a video of me on their Twitter. Gotta love it. They did it 50 minutes ago to promote the show. Where'd you get all of these emojis? Those are awesome, Chow. Love to see it. It's super cool that those show up. Super, super cool. I'm trying to find out who that creator is. It's on our website. It has Frisk's the creator. So Frisk is a gamer on Twitch, but she uses tons of various different hardware from Logitech creators. She's got StreamCam, Light Your Glows, and if you didn't notice, because I definitely did, was she's got Huskies in her video. And if you don't like Huskies, you can stop watching now because Echo's the best. And I will mention it every time. So any content creator that's got Huskies in the videos gets a subscription from me. I'll gladly do it. Chow says subscribe to some fun YouTube or video tubers with cute emojis. Yeah, that's super cool. Now I was watching on Tuesday. Me and Will were both watching. If you guys know Tim the Tatman has, I think, 3 million followers, subscribers, one of the largest content creators on the globe. I'm actually going next month to his what's it called? It's like a barbecue or something in Texas at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. And they're nearly sold out. So that kind of goes to show you how big content creation is these days. But what was super cool, and me and Will were talking about it, was how, well represented content creators are and how supportive the viewership and community is. Because Tim the Tatman found a content creator who was 17 years old. He had just set the world record and in Call of Duty for something. And basically, he told all of his creators to go and flood this 17-year-old's channel. He went from like, I don't know, he probably had 100 maybe, I don't know, to like over 3,000 subscribers in a matter of minutes. And he went up to like 10,000 followers. And it was just amazing to see content creators supporting content creators. So, as much as I might not remember all of the content creators' names and influencers' names, I completely support their message and what they're doing as content creators and how they support each other. It's truly an amazing community. All righty, let's go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over these videos one last time, and we're going to close things out. Let's go over our show schedule. So for our show, we do go live multiple times a week, 2 times to be exact. And it is right here. Boom. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. YouTube.com/Logitech for Creators, Twitch.tv/Logitech C, Facebook.com/Mevo Camera. And of course, you can always come here on Tuesdays. We typically do more of a Q&A, which was kind of like today because Will's not here, and Will typically puts together our demos and manages the schedule there. But we also have user testing, also handled by Will, myself, and then a couple of people behind the scenes, Greg, JP, also handle user testing. This is where you can sign up, become a user tester, unreleased product, packaging, software, and firmware. You can follow the link below. It is extensive. Or you can pull out your smartphone and pull up your camera app, point it at the squiggly lines there. It's a QR code, and it will allow you to click a button and open up the page. Or you can find the link in the description at youtube.com/Logitech for Creators. Now, thank you all for tuning in today. I do appreciate you. Make sure you come back on Tuesday. I believe it's going to be Will and myself. I think Will is back. I don't know. I think he took the day off. But he will be back Tuesday, I believe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. At the very least, you're going to see me. And my computer is being all types of slow. At the very least, you're going to see me on Tuesday to get all of your questions ready. You have all weekend to put your questions together. Try to stump me. I'm going to come back. You can ask everything that you could possibly think of. Logitech Creator, products, Mevo product, whatever it may be, ask me. And if I don't know, I want to learn. Or I'm a new Apple user. I've returned back to the Apple family. So if you want to educate me on some stuff that you think I don't know about Apple, you can do that as well. Jared's messaging me. He says he needs to send me some coffee. Yeah, I'm a tired person. I'm just tired. But it is what it is. But thank you all for tuning in. Until Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. I will see you then. Thanks all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy your all's weekend.